Hi there, this time we're going to be playing another game with the Stronghold deck, another ranked duel. See how that goes. The last one didn't go so well, so hopefully this time we get better cards. This is actually somewhat decent because we get some tankage early on, but we need more creatures. This is actually not very good at all, but we're going to have to might up and prepare for if we do get anything good, and I'm going to unmute the volume. That would be nice. There we go. Still don't have anything useful. This is not useful because it needs a friendly creature nearby to survive. It's not looking good. I might actually have to draw really early, which would not be ideal. I think I'm just going to might up instead, and next turn I can play the tank. We can even do damage to our hero to draw another card, which is necessary. So next turn I'll play the tank. And then behind that I can play the goblin, and that will give us a decent amount of damage. Is that what we want to do now? Now that we have a card to play? Most likely. Most likely this is actually going to be quite necessary. Where to place it, however. Right here wouldn't be all that useful. But we could actually... You know what? He's going to try to rush me down as well because he's similar to that last Necro. So we're going to play something here. And then we're just going to try to get rid of this Incorporeal as soon as possible. And we are going to magic up to hopefully lubricate that process a bit. What do we got? We got a 2 damage buff. That could be useful in this situation. Or we could deal 6 damage. Our other spell doesn't help too much. Right now, once again, we're basically being rushed down. Seeing a lot of rush from the Necros recently. I could just nuke that right now, which may be necessary. What do we got? 3 or this. Could just play another big tank. That's probably what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to might up and get another tank on the field. That can take care of that, and then we can end there if we have to. If he plays something in front of that, in front of this creature maybe, I can nuke it. If he plays... we're going to have to get 2 more magic up in order to deal with any of the larger things he plays. That's unfortunate. We can get some quick attack on there, but it won't help given how much HP his creatures have at the moment. Probably gonna have to summon this behind the big tank, but most likely he's going to end up taking me out with things like spitters, even more so. Right now, this here, enemy shooters and flying creatures cannot attack. That could be very useful in keeping me alive a bit longer. May be necessary. So what we got. This would stop all but 2 damage, which is very good. And we have 5 resources, which means we could then play a creature. I think we might have to do exactly that. So I am going to magic up. I'm going to use this. And then we can either buff up and do a bunch of damage to this thing, or we can summon something in front here. I think we're going to have to do that. And this thing already has 1 poison counter. I could summon out 3 damage or 2. Right now we're going to pull out... we need to be able to finish something off. Right. This thing's basically dead. This thing has no retaliation, so we might as well do some damage and do that. And then we could just try to be a bit more aggressive than we are right now. That might not help though. Let's just get a creature out in front and we can do some damage next turn to help clear his board a little bit. Unfortunately, board clearing against a Necro really doesn't do a whole lot unless you have loads of area of effect stuff. Right now I have a lot of single target stuff. Can kill this immediately, which is going to be necessary because that Fear 3 is practically impenetrable to a lot of my creatures that I have out right now. This thing's almost dead, so it doesn't help, and he only has 3 fear, whereas this thing is very, very close to dead, and it's the only thing on the field that can actually kill that. So that is exactly what we're going to have to do. So I can magic up and kill this off. And then I can destroy this immediately, which is probably going to be absolutely necessary. We can't kill this yet. We can buff it up and then kill it, which is what we're going to have to do. And we're going to put this on the top of our deck in order to do so. There we go. And there. And there. Okay, so this thing's dead next turn, which means we're going to take a fair bit of damage. And this thing's going to die, leaving us with no creatures on the board. And he's going to summon probably a bunch more. So we're really quite screwed. There's not a whole lot we can do about this. Probably need to work on some more early game stuff in this deck. More stuff that can deal with poison. Maybe, maybe we just need more POWs in it. I have 2 of my 4 POWs, I believe, in this deck, and we really need to get rid of a lot of his poison stuff early if we have a chance to if we want to have a chance to survive in late game. Right now, all we can do is play a bunch of spells. We are pretty boned right now, honestly. Let's see, we have 7, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can kill some of the damage off and block some more, but it won't be enough to survive for very long. We can use this to kill off 3 of his damage, but that would require tons of resources, leaving us with only 1. So really, there isn't a whole lot we can do. We can actually not block much at all. Alright, so we are going to play the POW here, see if we can survive as long as possible by taking out this creature right here and this one right here, and then just bringing up one of our stats just in case. I mean, there is one card that lets you break stats. There's really not much else, but hey, why not? This is getting really close to the end. Nope, not finishing in this turn, are you? Nope, just throwing out a tank. Okay, well, at this point we only have 4 HP and there's not much we can do about it, so the only thing we can really do is deal a bunch of damage, and that's really about it. So instead of doing that, we are going to draw a card, see what we get. Ooh, that's quite good. We can survive another turn with this. I don't know if we really need to, but we can, so I'm going to do that. And then with this we can do another 4 damage if we so desire, which we totally can do. Let's do that. And then we can end. So we've bought ourselves potentially 1 additional turn. Unless he has some buffs or a POW or something. He's getting out loads of resources. And filling his entire board with creatures. Yup, nothing we can really do about that. So out of spite, I could just nuke one of his creatures, but I'm going to draw just to make sure. Out of spite, I can nuke multiple creatures, so I'm going to do exactly that. Nuke, nuke. And block some of his higher damage because I can, and end. Not much else I could really do there. And that, such is life. Yup. There's the end. Well, again, learning experience. See what we can do with the deck eventually. Same deck as I had last time, so I haven't changed it. I will be looking into changing it after this, and I will see you next time.